He's put on the weight really nice. So I think Islam right now is about 191 pounds. You know, it's solid 191. So we're not going to have an issue with the weight. You know, jumping up the weight.
He's put on the weight really nice. So I think Islam right now is about 191 pounds. You know, it's solid 191. So we're not going to have an issue with the weight, you know, jumping up in weight. Bye, guys. Islam Makhachev's transformation ahead of UFC 322 has caught everyone off guard. According to his longtime coach, Javier Mendez, the reigning lightweight king isn't just stepping up to welterweight, he's bringing serious size with him. During a recent chat with Red Corner MMA, Mendez revealed that Islam now walks around at roughly 191 pounds. A major jump from the 180 pounds range he used to carry when fighting at lightweight. What was once seen as a risky move up to 170 now looks a lot more balanced. Mendez admitted that he initially thought his fighter would be undersized compared to Jack D'Alina, but after seeing Islam's current frame, that concern quickly disappeared. The Dagestani star has clearly built his body the right way, adding power without losing the sharpness that defines his game. He was, let's face it, he was a fairly large lightweight as it was. Anyways, okay. Now, I don't think he's a small welterweight. I don't think he's a big welterweight. I think he's an average-size welterweight at the present time. Does it make you think like, is middleweight an option? At the present time, you know, we have to get by Jack. Yes. And then we have to look and see what he wants. And then if we don't get by Jack, I don't even want to think middleweight. I would like to think if I'm going to think anything, I'm going to think get by Jack then go after some title defenses. And once he gets by Jack, that's what we're working for. I'm looking at a person that's going to be in the pound-for-pound best ever, you know? Because he would have done something that no one has done. The record tying Anderson Silva's 16 fights unbeaten, you know, streak, and he would have done it winning 2 titles. So, not many people are in that category. So, you know, we're going to have to talk about him in that category, you know, and I've always said it that this guy, he's so easy to train. He's good everywhere. And a lot of people underestimate how good he is. And when they get in there with him, it feels a different story, you know, like the guy can stand with you. He can take you to the ground and deal with you on the ground. And he's smart and he listens to his coaches, all his coaches. Whatever his coach tells him to do, he go out and he does it. With that detail out in the open, the excitement surrounding Makhachev's move to welterweight has only grown louder. The matchup with Madalina has the entire MMA world debating whether Islam's dominance will carry into a new division or if the Aussie's striking and composure will expose new vulnerabilities. And as always, fighters and analysts from across the sport have chimed in with their takes. Some with full confidence in Islam's abilities, others betting that this weight jump could shake things up. Colby Covington was among the first to weigh in on the situation. From his point of view, Islam's step up to 170 means he'll finally face opponents closer to his own natural size, removing the physical advantages that often worked in his favor at lightweight. Even so, Sington didn't count him out. He recognized the way Islam blends his striking and grappling is something truly rare, the kind of mix that gives him a shot against anyone. But Sington also made it clear that this fight is unpredictable, and that very uncertainty is what makes it so intriguing for fans and fighters alike. Islam versus JDM. What do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight. Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, you know, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, you know, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, you know, he could definitely get the job done. But It's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight. Who do you favor? I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored a Makhachev like 3-1. So, I guess I gotta go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just cause JDM doesn't have good takedown defense. But you never know. It's a fight and a JDM has some good hands. So, it should be an exciting fight for the fans. Israel looked at the fight from a striker's perspective. Having spent years dealing with strong grapplers himself, he knows exactly how dangerous it can be to let someone like Islam dictate the pace. Idrissa figured that Madalena's only real shot is to keep the fight standing, constantly breaking Islam's rhythm with sharp and disruptive strikes. But he also warned that Islam's strength lies in his ability to switch game plans in an instant. A single misstep could change everything. And Idrissa believed that for Jack to win, he'd have to stay locked in mentally every second of the fight. No breaks, no lapses, no mistakes. But I mean, gotta look, we will give the first fight on the new contract is Jones Tom Aspen. Alright. I mean, while we're on, I'm usually overthinking everything. I don't know how I missed that, but yeah, that's why we fight. Usually like while we're in super fight chats, because you guys both know a lot about these two people. Della versus Islam. MHM. How are we feeling about that? I think Della is going to get it done. I feel from talking to Tim and also seeing Della, and also I've only spared Della once. Like not really hard crazy, but and I didn't try and take him down at all. But I've seen him at your gym sparring, and his scrambles are crazy. He's been watching it with Balal as well, and Gilbert Burns. His scrambles are crazy. And I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him, cause when he puts them things on him, he's like, oh, hey, __, I'm standing with this guy. I have to take him down. And then he gets him down, and he gets back up, or he couldn't get him down cause he's a big dude. People don't realize how big is as well, and he's solid. So I really dance, man. Just dance. Dance. Yeah, like when I felt like I said yeah. While Romero added his own flavor to the discussion, focusing more on Madalena's strength than Islam's. The veteran praised the Australian's composure, cardio, and ability to stay calm pressure, especially during a short-notice showdown with Bula Muhammad. To Romero, that fight proved Jack couldn't be easily broken. He acknowledged that Madalena doesn't have the same wrestling background as Islam or other Dagestani fighters, but he believed the Australian has shown he can adjust against elite grapplers. For Romero, that adaptability might be Molina's biggest weapon heading into UFC 322. Yo Romero gives his honest take. Yo Romero just shared his thoughts on a potential showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maidana, and it's a must-hear. Romero believes that Molina, while being a big 170-pounder, might face a tough challenge against Makhachev's superior grappling. Do you think Jack's striking can beat Makhachev's grappling? Gilbert Burns brought up a point many tend to overlook. The brutal effects of weight cutting. He viewed Islam's move up as a positive change, one that could free his body from the constant strain of draining down to 155. Burns argued that a fresher, stronger Makhachev could even be more dangerous. But he didn't ignore Molina's preparation either. The Australian isn't coming in blind. He's got brilliant minds like Craig Jones and Alexander Wolsanowski helping craft his game plan. Islam vocal that he wants to go up to 170. I think he's a big boy. He killed himself to make 55. I think that's the right division for Islam. He just to eat tough enough after the fight that he not vacated the title, and then he vacated the title. I don't know, but probably that was in the negotiation. Yeah, I like him moving up. Proving himself he's number one pound for pound right now. He's a good fight. Jack, and he's closer than people think. Especially with Jack D'Andolina doing a lot of training with VOG with Craig Jones. Those guys that kind of backed the easel on that first Vogue fight. I think they're going to have a lot of info, a lot of study, a lot of answers. It's closer than people think. This fight, I really like this fight. I don't have time right now. Didn't have time to dig deep a little too much on that fight, but I think it's way closer than people think. And JDM has a clear shot on beating. Robert Whittaker shared similar optimism about Islam's move. And from his perspective, cutting massive amounts of weight over and over eventually drains a fighter's long-term potential. Allowing Islam to carry his strength naturally could unlock an even better version of him. Whittaker compared it to what fans saw with Aaliyah Tapper's rise. A fighter who looked stronger and sharper after fighting closer to his real size. Maybe it's a I guess that's the million-dollar question. That's the question everybody's asking. And that's kind of the question it's the same situation as Tapora as well. How good is Tapora? But what's he gonna look like up weight division? Same with Islam. From by all reports though, the weight cut was really hard for him. Like really, really hard. He's super strong for that weight division, which, must translate well to moving up, making it a little bit easy cut, maybe gets a little bigger. It's a yeah, I'm very yeah, that's the million-dollar question. Not everyone, however, is convinced that Islam's dominance will continue so smoothly. Demetrius Johnson, one of the most respected names in MMA history, sided firmly with the Dagestani, but acknowledged the unique challenges that come with facing a natural welterweight. Johnson admired Islam's ability to set